We've all felt it. That itch, that primal urge to just get the hell out of Dodge. To trade the familiar hum of the refrigerator for the roar of a jet engine, or maybe the gentle sway of a train rocking you into a different time zone. But let's face it, the getting there part, all that planning, it can feel about as appealing as a root canal. Sifting through endless websites, cross-referencing flight times with hotel availability, trying to decipher what resort fees actually mean. It can suck the life out of even the most seasoned traveler. But it doesn't have to be this way. Trust me, I've logged more miles than a Boeing 747, and I've learned a few things along the way. The key is to break the planning process down into manageable bites, to savor each step like a perfectly prepared amuse-bouche. That's what this video is all about, giving you the tools and the confidence to plan your own damn adventure, your way. We're talking about ditching the tourist traps and unearthing the soul of a place, the real deal. So buckle up, kids. It's time to hit the road. First things first, let's figure out what kind of trip you're after. Are you craving the adrenaline rush of scaling Mount Kilimanjaro? Or maybe you'd rather be horizontal on a beach somewhere, a steady supply of rum cocktails within arm's reach. There's no judgment here, my friend. Maybe you're a history buff, hungry to wander through ancient ruins, or a foodie eager to sample exotic delicacies from street vendors. Defining your travel style is crucial. It's about aligning your trip with your passions, your budget, and your comfort zone. Are you a bare-bones backpacker who thrives on spontaneity? Or do you prefer a more curated experience with reservations made months in advance and a meticulously planned itinerary? Once you've got a handle on your travel personality, it's time to set some goals. I'm not talking about some vague, find myself nonsense. Be specific. What do you want to see? What do you want to experience? What do you want to bring home with you? Besides a suitcase full of dirty laundry and a wicked case of jet lag. Write it down. Make it real. Let's be real, folks. Travel ain't free. Unless you've got a trust fund or a sugar mama daddy bankrolling your adventures, you're gonna need a budget. But don't let that word send shivers down your spine. Think of it as a roadmap, not a straitjacket. Start by figuring out how much you can realistically afford to spend. Once you've got that magic number, break it down into categories: flights, accommodation, food, activities, and, crucially, a little slush fund for those unexpected detours and once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Remember, travel is about trade-offs. You might need to sacrifice that fancy hotel room to afford that cooking class in Tuscany. And that's okay. Some of the best experiences I've had, the most memorable meals, the most genuine human connections, happened on a shoestring budget. The world is your oyster, my friend. But with so many incredible places to explore, choosing where to go can feel paralyzing. Do you chase the northern lights across Iceland, or lose yourself in the vibrant chaos of a Tokyo fish market? Start by considering your interests and your budget. Dreaming of sipping Malbec in Argentina? Make sure it aligns with your financial reality. Obsessed with ancient civilizations? Maybe Machu Picchu in Peru or Angkor Wat in Cambodia should be on your radar. Don't be afraid to get off the beaten path. Some of the most rewarding travel experiences happen in places you can't even pronounce. Read books, watch documentaries, talk to people who have been there. The more you research, the more confident you'll feel about your choice. Now that you've got a destination in mind, it's time to start mapping out your itinerary. But hold on. Before you go full-on control freak, remember that part of the beauty of travel lies in the unexpected. Don't plan every minute of every day. Leave room for spontaneity, for those serendipitous encounters that make a trip truly unforgettable. That being said, having a rough outline of your must-sees and do's will help you make the most of your time. Start by researching the best time to visit your chosen destination. Consider factors like weather, crowds, and local festivals. Once you've got a time frame locked down, start plotting your must-do activities. Maybe you want to spend a day getting lost in the Louvre, followed by an evening of jazz and cheap wine in a smoky Parisian bar. Or perhaps you're more interested in trekking through rainforests and spotting sloths in Costa Rica. Whatever your poison, start sketching out a game plan. Now comes the fun part, or at least the potentially hair-pulling part, depending on your tolerance for online booking engines: securing your flights and accommodation. My advice? Be flexible with your dates if possible. Flying midweek or during the shoulder season can often save you a bundle. When it comes to accommodation, the options are endless. Swanky boutique hotels, cozy Airbnbs, hostels teeming with fellow travelers. The choice is yours. Consider your budget, your travel style, and your tolerance for shared bathrooms. Don't be afraid to haggle, especially if you're traveling during the off-season. And for God's sake, read the reviews. There's nothing worse than showing up at your charming guest house only to find it's infested with bed bugs and located next to a 24-hour karaoke bar. Sure, you could spend your entire trip ticking off landmarks from a guidebook, but where's the fun in that? Real adventure lies in venturing beyond the tourist traps, in unearthing those hidden gems that give a place its character. Talk to locals. Ask your taxi driver for his favorite hole-in-the-wall restaurant. Chat up the barista at that charming little coffee shop. You'll be amazed at the insider tips you'll glean, the hidden alleyways and local haunts you'd never find in any guidebook. Embrace spontaneity. See a sign for a festival you've never heard of? Go for it. Stumble upon a bustling night market? Dive in head first. These unplanned detours often lead to the most memorable experiences. Let's be honest, nobody wants to be that person wrestling with an overstuffed suitcase at baggage claim. Packing light is an art form, a delicate dance between necessity and desire. My rule of thumb: lay out everything you think you need, then cut it in half. Start with the essentials. Comfortable shoes, you'll be doing a lot of walking, versatile clothing that can be layered, and a good book for those long flights or train rides. Leave the fancy jewelry and designer duds at home. Remember, you can always buy what you need, and often for a fraction of the price, at your destination. Plus, who doesn't love coming home with a suitcase full of souvenirs? Before you jet off on your adventure, make sure your travel documents are in order. Passport? Check. Visas, if required? Check. Travel insurance? Get it. Trust me, a medical emergency abroad is not something you want to experience without it. Make digital copies of all your important documents and store them in the cloud, just in case your passport decides to take an unexpected vacation of its own. And speaking of technology, consider investing in a good universal adapter, a portable charger for your electronics, and a VPN to keep your online activity private. Lastly, don't forget a first aid kit stocked with the essentials: pain relievers, bandages, antiseptic wipes, and any prescription medications you take regularly. Look, I'm not your mother. I'm not going to tell you to drink 8 glasses of water a day and call your mother when you land. But I will say this: staying safe and healthy while traveling is crucial to having a good time. Be mindful of your surroundings. Don't flash your cash in dodgy areas. Keep your valuables close. And for God's sake, don't be afraid to say no if someone or something makes you feel uncomfortable. Trust your gut. Food and water safety are paramount. Stick to bottled water when in doubt. Be wary of street food from vendors who don't appear to have a robust health code in place. I know, part of the fun is living on the edge, but trust me on this one. And if you have any dietary restrictions or allergies, learn how to communicate them in the local language. You've planned, you've packed, you've boarded that plane and landed in a foreign land. Now what? Now, my friend, it's time to let go. Embrace the unexpected. Allow yourself to get lost in the moment. Things will inevitably go wrong. Flights will be delayed. Reservations will get lost. You'll order the wrong dish and end up with a plate of something unidentifiable staring back at you. But it's all part of the adventure. The beauty of travel lies in its ability to push us outside our comfort zones, to challenge our assumptions and open our minds to new possibilities. So go forth, my friend. Eat the weird food. Learn a few phrases in a language you don't understand. Get hopelessly, gloriously lost. We've covered a lot of ground here, from figuring out your travel style to packing your bags and staying safe on the road. Remember, the key is to break the planning process down into manageable steps. to savor each decision like a perfectly poured glass of wine. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Some of the best travel stories are born out of mishaps and detours. The important thing is to approach it all with an open mind, a sense of adventure, and a healthy dose of humor. Now get out there and explore this crazy, beautiful world. Safe travels, my friend. And remember, as they say in whatever language you happen to be stumbling through, bon voyage.